Hey guys, so the Virtual Fighter 5 collab is in King of Fighters All Stars. This is my vaguely low poly costume I put together 5 minutes before I started recording. It's definitely not my kids' like toy blocks in my shirt. It's definitely more thought out than that. I tried very hard on this. I appreciate your nice comments telling me how great my pecs look. Anyways, we're going to be going into the events there, kind of doing a little update on what's going on in the collab, and we'll do some like budget summons with the free rubies and some of the tickets. There's also a coupon code in the description below that you can type in to get like 2 10 pulls for the first volume, 10 for the fighters, and 10 for the battle cards, I believe. So we'll use those as well. So let's get into it. So first thing to note, you're going to get this low poly Akira for free. So that's pretty cool, and there's going to be many ways to be able to get him to 5 stars. But you get him for free initially. So this here is going to be a way to kind of get the new Kim, which is really cool. A really nice unit, green unit here, and I was not expecting the low poly King of Fighters characters. I think they're both really good. I haven't had a chance, obviously, to go in here and test it out, but on paper they seem pretty sweet. So I might have to do an update video on that once I've gotten them. But you can get all kinds of rewards here. That's how you get Kim. You can get the special selector ticket here. I tend to just go for like attack or crit. Any one is fine, especially if you're like just pulling for cards, right? I don't try to get too picky, but if I had to pick, probably like crit or attack. But I could be wrong on that. But lots of good rewards here. Even random EX memory. That's pretty cool. Could be for any one of those. And some rubies at the end. So you can get this several ways. And we'll go into that eventually. So there's that. You're going to get this the various ways as well. You just get these and you give it to her and she gives you rewards once it's filled to the top. Here are kind of, and you'll use this, I'll show you, it's a summoning, event summons. This is where you get the low poly characters. But if you click on it, it shows you all the ways to get this. There's many. But here's some of the rewards as you come through here. Rubies, and this is how you get one of the memories. So that's one way. And also you have another one. So if you like Sarah or Pi more, totally up to you. It's the same things essentially, but it's good to know that they're both there, and I believe that's how you get his second one. So you're gonna need a lot of these. I don't know how realistic it is to do both. I don't know if I've ever filled up both. I've gotten close, I think. Here is a set of missions, kind of that you can do throughout the entire event. Something to work on. It's mostly to get things like this, trophies, just little things for your kind of show off section. It's nothing super vital, but it's there. There's just more things to do. This is pretty important. So these will have dailies that you want to do. I've not finished them yet. I've kind of just got on here, but there's dailies here, and you're going to use these tokens to come over here to use on this. So I believe this is actually random. Oh, it has a where you can just kind of whoop. Wow, that's lucky. Wow, that was crazy lucky. Basically, you're using this to try to eventually get more memories for your boy here. I got that first try. That was crazy. This is the first time I think they've added where it does it auto, because it did kind of seem like you could stop it, but I don't think you actually could. Wow, I got that on the first try, that one. That was an easy memory. So there's that. So you do those missions to go into this, you go into the lucky chance to get these memories. There's other cool stuff here too, but you want to reset it after you get that. That's the main thing to go for in here. So next would be the crafting. So this is how you're going to get the star and moon imprint stones. They do also have a low poly one. So you're going to want to, work on getting these, and because you're going to need this rainbow one to make, all of these. So I don't know how realistic it is to get all of these or not, but I'm sure you could at least get like 2 or 3. Um, if you're free to play, but either one is good. Basically, the one with crit usually gives you more CP, but it's just kind of whatever you want. These are cool too, like the Sarah, and I kind of actually do want this. That's pretty cool. Just more stuff to get, but that's how you get the imprint stones. That's important. And the codex. So the codex is here as you level up your character and awaken your character. You're going to get some imprint stones for them. You can also get this in the summoning banner with the low poly characters. So that's another way to get imprint stones. So you can get some of these for crafting, and you can get that as well. And you can get this for all the characters. I like that the low poly imprint stones are low poly as well. That's a nice touch. Big fan of them adding the low poly King of Fighters characters in. So this was pretty. I was hoping for Akira, but they actually put Sarah low poly in here. But I was not expecting the King of Fighters characters. That was a total surprise. I'm not going to go super in depth into these characters because I've not tested them. But one thing that is funny is Rugal has a self-destruct that just does a bunch of damage, like removes all the buffs from everybody. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my low poly tatas. He just self-destructs. I think he kills himself. He at least does a bunch of damage to himself, at least by the number, but I think that should kill him, but it should kill like everything. I'm curious to see how that plays out in a lot of things. It could be interesting or funny. So that's exciting. I guess it's exciting that a character blows himself up. It is. I don't know why it is. So there's Dream Match. We're going to go into that. But one thing to keep in mind is to come over here to these events here. There's going to be dailies. And that's just how you're going to be able to get some more of these little Sarah tokens here for your for the summons. So and it has a lot to do with Dream Match. And also Jackie Speed Racing. That's part of it too. And also you log in every day to get this coin to fight the low poly Kim. So if you're wanting to know where to get that, it's up here at the left at this little check mark here, and you go to events. So, and of course you get some cool badges for winning a bunch of things in a row. A lot of this stuff is important here, especially the Sarahs, and this is where you get the Kim token. If you tried it and it says it's not available at the moment, that's why, because you need the coin. But Dream Match, it's cool. You can try the Virtual Fighter characters. So they're very slow, but like powerful hits. I've only tried against other Virtual Fighter characters so far. I've only had one match just to try them out. I'm gonna be doing a lot more Dream Match because I really enjoyed it, especially with new characters. Very slow feeling, but they hit like a truck, it feels. But I don't know how that's going to compare to other characters that are very just like pew 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 pew, just like throwing attacks everywhere, kind of like it has been recently. I don't know how that's going to fare against that. I'm not sure. They sure hit hard, but it seems like they're fun at least. It would be weird to see Virtual Fighter characters moving so freaking fast, like like Taki and stuff. There's the Rush Dungeon. So there's going to be go back here. So if you're new, there's 3 chapters. Usually there's dailies for the first and the third to get rubies. In the middle is like a hammer or something, which are nice for imprint stones, increasing imprint stones. But you generally want to farm on the EX chapter, the third last chapter. As far as what's in here, there's this set. Pretty nice set here. It just, increases own active skill damage 5% when Virtual Fighter 5 character lands basic attack up to 50%. It's nice, and it does things for the polygon characters too. And, all the main stats are attack as it should be. I like the art a lot. Pretty cool. They did a lot of the low poly, but pixels. They're cute. You can also get a lot of these. This might even be worth investing in depending on how far along you are in your summoning manner for this, because at the pity you get a selector. We'll go into that, and the reason I say that, it might be worth to do this over getting the set depending on where you are on that, because here is the characters that you can bring in. So as you can see, you can just, in the selector, you're going to be able to select like one of these 3, I think. Maybe even him too, but I wouldn't recommend that because there's so many ways to get him for free. But you can select one of these 3, and you can level them up, and they can get you a lot of extra points. See, for the cards, you get 10. But with them, if you level them up, you can get much more. So depending on where you are in the summoning banner, it might be more worth getting some of these Sarah tokens. But I recommend getting the set too. But as far as progressing quickly, depending. So there's that. But you want to go through here, collect all the nodes, and complete it. You're going to want to farm this a lot. You're going to be farming this, auto replay quite a bit. So next would be challenge mode. I can only talk about this once I get like Sarah at least, or the other two characters, but it's gonna just be a bunch of floors to go up. Usually there's some rubies involved. Maybe there might be a memory up there, I'm not sure, but I don't know what's in there because I haven't gotten the characters yet. Maybe by the end of the video I'll get some. So here is one of it's kind of like a boss fight with Sarah here. There's gonna be a strategy that you want to follow. You want to dodge the tornado, dodge the laser beam, essentially. But it's pretty straightforward. Just do a bunch of damage as much as you can. You have a lot of characters to bring in your strongest. And this is one of the ways you're going to get these like red tokens for the very first things I showed you, the event challenge point reward. So that's one way to get it. I think also with Kim as well. And we'll go over that right now, might as well. So you get some of those points with Kim as well. And this is where you use your token. So you get this token every day, so make sure to log in and get it. Even if you can't do it that day, like you're too busy, at least log in and grab it. That way you don't miss an opportunity to, accumulate more points. Make sure to check the strategy, because as of right now, he's purple and then yellow is the characters you want to use. So, or yellow first, purple second, I think. So make sure to do that, because you're going to get a attack boost on that, and you want to get as much points as you can. Jackie Speed Racing, very similar to, I think, what was it, Angel, that had an event like this. You want to go as far as you can. It's very much like the Chrome dinosaur running game where you're jumping over like cactuses and stuff. It's fun enough. You want to do this, I think, every day. You get some points from the Sarah tokens, at least like 1,000. But it's pretty simple, but it's fun. I appreciate that they put it in here. Other than that, there's just the character summons here. We'll go over that in a second. And there is a boss showdown coming. Normally, in the past, they have like different buffs / debuffs that you can put on yourselves to get more points, to get more rewards. So the more challenging to make it, the more rewards you get. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll kind of see how that's like in 6 days from now. So now we'll go into the characters. So there's volume 1 where you get them. Here's their cards. We'll kind of go into that. And here is the low poly summit, I guess. I'll just call it event summit. This is what it's called. But this is where you get these 3 characters. So here's the rate for them. Not the worst ever. Also, you can get imprint stones here. That's important to know. But you get them on a pity every time. So you come in here and get this. You can pick any one of these. I don't know who I would suggest so far. I mean, I do think that Rugal is really funny that he blows himself up. But I don't know. I'd have to look more into who I think is the best. So just go maybe for who you're needing at the moment. Like, I really need a good green unit. That would be nice. But yeah, just this is where you're going to spend your points. We'll even do this here in the video and kind of see what my luck is. There's other things to get in there as well. As far as the cards go, I really like this set. So if you go for it first, this is where they start the fight. Boom, he gets hit here, although that takes quite a bit of time to get that one hit in, because the time goes from 60 to 42, and then boom, Rugal hits it back, which is a really cool touch. Even the bars grow down there. Nice touch. Obviously, they are no strangers to fighting games, but pretty cool. I like that a lot. But pretty standard card set here that we've been used to. Attack by 50% for extreme fighters, yada yada yada, things like that, so it's pretty straightforward, but this is a good set. I wouldn't break my back over it, but if you're gonna go deep into one, this is a really nice thing to make sure that you do pick up if you're getting pretty close, like with a pity or something, if you don't need anything else. Of course, this is where you're going to get the supers for characters. I think you can get... You might need to get his super in here. I don't recall if there's another way to get his super, so this might be something you have to do. I might get lucky and get it with some tickets here. So there's hers as well. And this is a really cool card, but it increases Virtual Fighter's crit damage by 20, and it's cooldown reduction for the skills. That's always good. It increases the crit rate by even more. It's decent, I think. Anytime you can get more crit or cooldown, it's going to be good. Great picture. I'm glad they turned it into a card because they put a lot of effort into that. Obviously, they put it right in the center of all their stuff. So Virtual Fighter characters increase attack by 15, decreases cooldowns. This is a lot better. I like this more than the other card. I'd be more jazzed about this one just because I think it's better. But the other card's pretty good too. As far as the characters, again, yeah, I'm not sure who is best. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Fighters in uniform. I always like looking at the relation to see if there's anything funny. Nothing funny so far. But he increases Extreme Fighter's attack by 50 and strike skill dealt by 50, so that's a lot. And that can go in a lot of different teams, so he's going to be a really good person to have just in general. Both the characters seem pretty good, but I don't know, the extent of it. The slow attack kind of puts me off a bit. Like, it makes me a little worried, like how it's going to compare to some of the previous characters, but usually the newer characters are pretty buff. And on paper, they look really strong. Like, he's removing everything, he's putting all kinds of fears and stuns on them. Can be it's a big numbers on here as well. So on paper, they look really strong, but I'm not sure how that's going to play out yet. So, but if you love the characters, I always recommend just getting the characters that you love. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to be doing most of my summons on Volume 2. We'll see when that comes out. I at least just want to compare before I dump all my rubies into it. But I at least want to do some of the free summons and use some of the tickets I have. So here is the box that you could use, that you get for the coupon code that's in the link in the description below. So you can copy and paste that. So this is what that is. We'll use this. And then we'll come down here and use some of the tickets here. So we'll do the cards first. So I got her special, which is nice if I happen to get her, and I got one of the sets, so not bad. I'll take whatever I can get. So this is all just free stuff anyways, so it's always good to get a part of the set. And here are the characters, so let's see what happens here. Not so lucky on the characters, just a whole lot of junk, so that's okay. It was just a bunch of free tickets anyways. And you know what, let's just do a couple of these. Might as well. I have a couple thousand here. Click this, so you can kind of see like what you might expect to get here. The main thing is always like at the end to get the pity, but here's the imprint stones. That's always gonna be pretty important. You can throw those on like your original style Akira now, and you put the circle one on them. You'll get plenty of these imprint stones in this usually. I've always had like a surplus, like extra of all these generally. Well, like lagged there a bit. Nothing spectacular there, I'd say. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going to be doing some testing with the characters so we can kind of see how good they are, but they're definitely awesome. This is probably one of my favorite things, the low poly stuff. I know it's just because I'm old. This is how I remember the characters as a kid, playing them in the arcades. But I just like the extra effort. I don't know. I think that type of stuff is cool. Knowing the fan base, and I think that's pretty cool. And going through the extra mile of doing it for a couple King of Fighters characters. I'm not sure what made them do Kim and Rugal specifically. I guess they came out somewhat recently in King of Fighters 15, so maybe that has something to do with it. You got that free Rugal. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm happy with it. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure who I'm going to pick. I'm going to have to do more research on the three of them, who I'm going to kind of invest more into. But definitely cool. Let me know who you're going to pick out of your pity, and how, you know, who do you think the best, and what do you think of the new characters? Let me know what you think of the collab. That's it for me for today, guys. Please subscribe, helps me out a lot, and I would really appreciate it. I play a lot of gacha games. I play Street Fighter Duel currently, that's one of them, but I've covered many gacha games, especially if they have collabs. Really enjoy that. Play a lot of fighting games, from the usual suspects to the more obscure. I enjoy that a lot. I also play games and do videos with my wife here. Mostly co-op games, but we've done some others as well. So if that's of any of interest to you, please subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. Good luck in your summons, guys. God bless you, and you have a blessed day, y'all.